My grandpa was named Ambrose Finnegan. At the kitchen table, I learned. I used to say, Joey, nobody's better than you, but you're no better than anybody else. Maybe it's the Scranton in me. I got a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. Well, it is what it is because he is who he is. That's why it is what it is. He is who he is. You know, remember when he went on, he decided he was going to convince Bob Woodward what a smart guy he was. So he went on, yeah, smart guy. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure, isolate, and punish China. Folks, true international effort to pressure, isolate, and punish China. Donald Trump thinks health care. Well, I'm sick and tired of smart guys. I gotta admit, this is all within our power. This is all within our power. It wasn't.
And cut critical healthcare programs or stop work on roads and bridges. So what does the human cost of lack of state on roads and bridges? So what does the human cost?
True international effort to pressure. Barack and I think it's a right for people to have bad health care.
And when they cut to the President of the United States.
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of Georgia, he's going to find ourselves in a position where.
My name's Joe Biden. I'm Jill Biden's husband, and I am Kamala's running mate. You all think I'm kidding, don't you? Folks. 5 grandchildren who range in age from 27 to 14. Or no, that's not true. 6.
That's why I've made it a priority my entire career to work closely with you. From the time I got to the Senate 180 years ago, as well as my tenure as vice president.
I've been here a number of times. Last time was, I think, all the way back in 2014. But I've been here before that. I love this place. Look, what's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it? And what a neat town.
But in the 2020 census, which is now 2 censuses ago, soon to be. Hello, everyone. I'm coming directly to you for ask a quick favor. Social workers into homes of parents to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear words. A kid coming from a very poor school, or a very poor background, will hear 4 million words fewer spoken by the time they get there. I'm also the only guy that got assault weapons banned, and the number of clips in a gun banned. Lonnie knows I believe this every fiber of my being. We're posed. What I propose is it can be done. Critical laws like the PRO Act to strengthen collective bargaining. On politics like prevailing and look. I guess I'm taking too much time, but 4 more years of Donald Trump will go down as an aberration. Hard to overcome the damage he's done, but we can overcome it. 8 more years of Donald Trump will change America in a fundamental way. By the way, this is my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh, no, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister. They switched on me. I would see to it immediately moving toward, we're in fact in a position now that if in fact we dealt with mitigation across the board, just what we did in the last administration and before, leading to a standard that we provide efficiency for appliances. That saves billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of I think it's $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-point-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air.
To make sure everyone's included on the deal. You want to nominate a Democrat, a lifelong Democrat, a proud Democrat, an Biden-Obama Democrat. Join us.
You get a tax break for a racehorse. Why in God's name couldn't we provide an $8,000 tax credit for everybody who has child care costs? It would put 720 million women back in the workforce.
Do you really feel safer under Donald Trump? COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, it's taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives. When you think about it.
Some kind of a federal mandate on masks?
You can't make a federal mandate, but I would insist that, in fact, there would be masks. I'd lay out a plan, a detailed plan, which I have laid out in detail.
Wouldn't you use your federal leverage to mandate that, though?
Yes.
And would you?
Yes, I would, from an executive standpoint. Yes, I would.
So you would, in effect, mandate the wearing of masks?
I would do everything on my possible to make it required that people had to wear masks.
You know, the rapidly rising I don't know.
I'm prepared to say that I have a record of over 40 years and that I'm going to beat Joe Biden.
Because we cannot get reelected. We cannot win this reelection. We can only reelect Donald Trump.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
What you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other guy. Give me a look, though, okay? You know, we have to come together. That's why I'm running. I'm running as a proud Democrat for the Senate. We choose unity over division. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over fact. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. China is going to eat our lunch? Come on, man. They can't even figure out how to deal with the fact that they have this great division between the China Sea and the mountains in the east, in the west. They're not bad folks, but guess what? They're not competition for us. Anyway, I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness, and to make a judgment about who I am.
Please clarify specifically, have you taken a cognitive test?
No, I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Why? Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, if you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not, what do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say?
How do you explain the performance in Iowa, and why should the voters believe that you can win the national election?
It's a good question. Number one, Iowa's a Democratic caucus. You ever been to a caucus? No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Sounds corny. Not a joke. Think about it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Have you been tested for some degree of cognitive decline?
I've been tested, and I'm constantly tested.
and you want to check my shape on, let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Let's take it on details. But look, Fat, look, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Pick up your phones. Pick up your phones. Now. Send a text to the word United, to the number 30330. Okay? That's United. 30330 or 303-330 or BOO. Wait. You got it. It's on the back there. I had a card on this. I was going to give you the statistics, but you probably know them. Okay. Where am I here? Let me see. Caitlin?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I have a question for you, but first, I'd like to follow up on a question from Yamiche, and that's on the filibuster.
That counts as a question, but go ahead.
Okay, I'll make it quick. It's a quick question.
You can. We should go back to a position of the filibuster that existed just when I came to the United States Senate 120 years ago. You don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other guy. Give me a look, though, okay? That's all I've really got to say to you. I'm about $1.2 billion in overtime was denied for hourly workers who were not unionized. $1.2 billion. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store and in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift. What happens? They make you management. I tell you what, I'm so darn proud. And those poor people who have lost, anyway. Why the hell would I take a test? Are you a junkie?
What do you say to President Trump, who brags about his test and makes your mental state an issue for voters?
Well, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
So would you like to say a couple words?
Am I supposed to speak now, or is Karen supposed to speak? I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble here. Oh, it's me. Okay. Well, there's that great philosopher, and he talked about Jill puts notes up on my mirror when she wants me to, where I shave, to get messages across to me. That's like just flat out acknowledging. We've been doing everything we can do to keep Biden from being the nominee, and guess what? I just can't figure the guy. I don't know, it's like watching a yo-yo. I shouldn't have said it that way. It's like watching.
It feels that way. I want to ask.
Why doesn't he just act like a president? That's a stupid way to say it.
Donald Trump was asked on.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, probably best I don't. This idea of, slow Joe. I shouldn't laugh about it because, anyway. I never forgot what President Kennedy said about going to the moon. He said, we're going, you know why? Because we refuse to postpone. Let's not postpone and get out of the rain. God bless you all. Thank you. My name's Joe Biden. I'm running for President of the United States. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other person. I just spoke at Dartmouth on health care at the medical school, or not. I guess I wasn't actually on the campus, but the people from the medical school were at the. I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts. I'm not sure whether it was a medical school or where the hell I spoke, but it was on the campus. The fact is that the bills that the future president here, that the senator is talking about. I was the one that suggested to the president, President Obama. I don't want to confuse presidents here. We provide a Medicare option. That's exactly what Brock and I talked about in the beginning.
Couldn't get it through, though.
So I couldn't tell anybody but Barack. He's one of my closest friends. Senator Joe, I mean, but I mean, it's not about, I know you're supporting by saying booing, but look, here's the deal. Why they do that? I ran the what they call the moonshot, dealing with cancer, and subsequently after that set up the Biden Cancer Initiative. And here's the point. Avoid having an excuse to walk by the dealer and say, no, I'm not going to be a mule. I got something to do. I got to go do boom, boom, boom. If we just were to reinstitute the CAFE standards. And I think Secretary, excuse me, I wasn't the press going to say I'm downgrading him by calling him Senator Booker. We need to work again with Canada and Mexico as neighbors, not as adversaries. Saks or Benettons or Nike or whatever in the market in their places where the malls. Donald Trump does pose an extra threat to this. It's not hypothetical. He doesn't pay his fair share. Don't worry about that. He doesn't pay his fair share. Former years of Donald Trump will be former years of the same, only worse. Protesting is not burning or looting or violating and can't be tolerated. Folks, it's my coach used to say it's go-to time. It's go time now. Look, Donald Trump doesn't understand health care. Guess what? 500 million people have watched what I've done out of my basement. I'm back. I've been here a number of times. Last time was, I think, all the way back in 2014, but I've been here before that. I love this place. Look, what's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it, and what a neat town. But you know, in the 2020 census, which is now 2 censuses ago, soon to be, Stop the Cold War future that we're talking about. We're talking about a peaceful Cold War. What are we talking about? My wife, Jill, as you know, and Doug Emhoff, Kamala's wife are there. Kamala will be back later this week, I think on Friday. If that's raining outside, come on in, guys. I don't want anybody out there. Are you guys in the rain? Or is that not rain? I thought that was rain. It is?
Yes, it appears to be raining.
You may only get one shot, and your first issue that you're going to push, you get one shot.
The first thing I would do is make sure that we defeat Donald Trump.
Okay.
Period. Welcome to Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. It's a joke. You didn't know where we were. Anyway. I can hardly wait to debate him on stage. I want people to see me standing next to him and him standing next to me. We'll see who's sleepy.
Mr. Vice President, thank you. Thanks for your time. Please come back in less than 13 years, sir.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but anyway.
Chris. I just did Chris. No, I just did Chuck. I tell you what, man, these are back-to-back. Anyway. If you notice, I have more people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me because they know me. They know who I am. 3 former chairs of the Black Caucus, the only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate, a whole range of people.
No,
my point is
that's not true. The other one is here.
I said the first. I said the first African-American elected. First after. We should make sure that we have no one going to jail for a drug offense. They go directly mandatory prison. Mandatory treatment, not prison. The fact of the matter is that what's happened is that we're in a situation now where there are so many people who are in jail and shouldn't be in jail. The whole means by which this should change is the whole model has to change. We should be talking about rehabilitation. Nobody should be in jail for a nonviolent crime. This is the most consequential election in a long time. And the character of the country, in my view, is literally on the ballot. What kind of country we're going to be. 4 more years of George, he's going to find ourselves in a position where if Trump gets elected, we're going to be in a different world. Hello, everyone. I'm coming directly to you for ask a quick favor. We bring social workers into homes of parents to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear words. A kid coming from a very poor school, or a very poor background, will hear 4 million words fewer spoken by the time they get there. I'm also the only guy that got assault weapons banned, and the number of clips in a gun banned. Lonnie knows I believe this every fiber of my being. We're posed. What I proposed is it can be done. Critical laws like the PRO Act to strengthen collective bargaining. On politics like prevailing and look. I guess I'm taking too much time, but you know.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure. Mobilize true international effort to pressure. Million Michiganders. Donald Trump thinks health care is a privilege. Barack and I think it's a right for people to have bad health care.
And perhaps, most cruelly of all, if Donald Trump has his way, the complications from COVID-19, which are well beyond what they should be. It's estimated that 200 million people have died, probably by the time I finish this talk. No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger other than in self-defense, and that's rarely ever occurs.
Sure.
And so we have to just change the culture, period, and keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it. It will be a big, no, I really mean it. It's a gigantic issue, and we have to make it clear. And the idea that instead of standing there and teaching a cop who's an unarmed person to coming at him with a knife or something to shoot him in the leg instead of in the heart is a very different thing. And talking to an awful lot of the police, like the former police commissioner Ramsey, who you know, we had, there's a lot that can be done. A lot that can be done. 4 more years of Donald Trump will go down as an aberration. Hard to overcome the damage he's done, but we can overcome it. 8 more years of Donald Trump will change America in a fundamental way.
By the way, this is my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh, no, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister. They switched on me.
I would see to it, immediately moving toward, we're in fact in a position now that if in fact we dealt with mitigation across the board, just what we did in the last administration and before, leading to a standard that we provide efficiency for appliances.
Oh my God.
That saves billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air. I'm ready on day one after more than 3 years in office. Why isn't Donald Trump ready? Mr. President, wake up.
Blank Stare. Blank Stare Part 2. Call within the next 10 minutes and receive a free copy of Kamala's Kooky Cackles. That's right, 6 full hours of ear-piercing cackles that the whole family can enjoy. Here's how to order.
That's why I've made it a priority my entire career to work closely with you. From the time I got to the Senate 180 years ago, you know, as well as my tenure as vice president.
True international effort to pressure.
Love kids jumping on my lap.
Presenting the Best of Biden collection, now on home video. Now you can enjoy all your favorite wacky moments from America's senile old granddad.
Well, you know, gay bathhouses and everything. It's all about round-the-clock sex. It's all, come on, man.
Including sniffing a baby, awkward hugs. Numbers are hard.
Go to Joe 30330.
Corn Pop.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Racism.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Stupid groups.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard. You stupid bastard. You stupid bastard.
Blank Stare. Blank Stare Part 2. Chris is Chuck.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but anyway.
I just did Chris.
And many more.
Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure kids hear word.
But wait, call within the next 10 minutes and receive a free copy of Kamala's Kooky Cackles. That's right, 6 full hours of ear-piercing cackles that the